everyone. Welcome to Chic Chats. I am Jeanette Ipapo-Tuason, co-founder of Tuason Racing and author of Chic Driven. I am with
Issa Litton. Hi, everybody. I'm a host and I am part of One Lit Corp for training, management, and content creation. Welcome, of course, to Chic Chats, where we're about to give you hashtag your best life in bullet point. Okay, so Jeanette, we're still pretty much in quarantine, and one of the struggles parents have is we try to keep our kids entertained because they are stuck at home, right? So imagine being with them like you 24/7 with no breaks in between. How do you stay sane?
How do you stay sane is the question talaga, diba? So today's episode, we will get tips from a mom of four, but still she's able to do lots of stuff and still look gorgeous, you know? Let us welcome skincare entrepreneur, super mom, Jerika Ejercito Garcia. Hi, Jerika!
Woohoo! For having me today.
Hi,
Jerika.
Hi.
Welcome to Chic Chats. Thank you for taking time to join us today.
Thank you.
how are you, Jerika? How's quarantine life?
I think just like everyone else, I'm surviving the quarantine.
Surviving is a good word.
With? Yeah, survive is a good word. What have you been busy with?
I've been busy with my children. I have 3 kids under 3. I have Isaiah, my eldest, who's just turned 6 and is about to start distant school learning, which is another part of my anxiety. It's the first time that we're experiencing this. But apart from my children and running the household, I also am very passionate with skincare, and that is why I put up this local skincare brand called Bloom and Topiary. So that's what's keeping me busy.
Nice.
Okay,
very
you
busy
also
lady.
have your children. You have twin boys, diba? All your kids are boys. So you have twin boys. What ages?
I have twin boys. Yes, that's right. Daniel and Michael are 2.5 years old, and then my youngest is 1 year old.
So I was telling Issa, no, when you have kids like that, the house is like it's like Tom and Jerry. Everybody's running around.
The only part I can show you. The moment I turn my laptop this way, it's an embarrassing thing.
Sounds like a very fun home, definitely. There's never a boring moment.
There's never a dull moment. Though I made sure they didn't sleep this morning, so I can have the. You don't hear them, right? So they're all passed out.
So it's nap time while mommy's actually broadcasting with Jeanette and I. Okay, so go ahead. First things first. So what's your first step? Go ahead, Jeanette.
Yeah, so during quarantine, how did you stay sane? Kasi nga, it's like Tom and Jerry, everybody running around.
I think in the beginning, just like everyone else also, I was trying to control what I can because, with the uncertainty that's going on outside the world, you try to control what you can. Mm-hmm. So in the first few weeks, I had like a strict schedule for Isaiah to follow. I was very persistent with his learning. We had one-on-one, with his tutorials and everything. And I had the set schedule for the twins. After like the first 2.5 months, it became a bit stressful for not just for me but for my children. So I realized that we're all going through this thing, and I didn't want to make them feel pressured even more. So I think I lessened my grip and I just
go with the flow.
Yeah, I went with the flow. That's right. I went with the flow, and I was less constrictive with my children.
I think that's a natural journey with any parent, really, because you're all just simply trying to figure out what best we can do with the situation that we were in, right? So, but it's also a learning situation where you don't necessarily have to stick to one. You're still trying to figure it out until a good groove comes out that's best for you and your family.
Exactly. So that's what happened. So in the beginning, we had the strict schedule, and then later on it evolved to whatever my kids wanted to do, except of course gadgets and all these things. So that meant I had to be creative. So if you could see, I sent you pictures of us using water bottles as castles and all these things, And sometimes, well, we get to visit my parents because they just live next door. There's my twins with my dad.
He's
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah. So yeah, and then we build Legos. Now my husband found a new passion for Lego, which he is now translating to our children. Yeah, and we do puppet
Okay.
shows.
Wow.
We do everything and anything and everything. Puppet shows, art, Legos, building castles, just jumping on beds, whatever.
Okay.
Really?
So
That sounds
what do you
it
think
looks
were
like such a fun home. It's an entertaining home.
Yes, it's an
Jerika, what
entertaining
were
home.
sorry, Jerika, what were your challenges?
I think the challenges was always being 100% for your
Yeah.
children.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not, we're human. I'm a mom, and I'm also a woman who have my own needs. I want to have my own personal time, and I think I had to really reach a point of me accepting that this is my role for now, and whatever my personal needs, it has to really take a step back, and I just have to, be there for my children like 100%. When
That's
it
great.
comes to my business, yeah, when it comes to my business, I had to really dig deep and ask myself, how much time am I willing to sacrifice away from my children, right? Especially right now that they need me the most. So the moment that I was able to reconcile that, it was easier for me to find my balance.
There you go. It's a figure out process even for yourself or within yourself, and that's really great to share because you know what? Not everybody has to have it figured out, even at this
Yeah.
point already. I mean, everyone's saying, since March pa naman nag-start, bakit hanggang ngayon wala kang groove? You know what? With the incoming school year, in fact, for me, my kids just started. So we are trying to figure out a routine. It's not just a matter of where are we gonna get the link today, or what subject today, what requirements today. It's not even that. It's really this routine of when you get out of bed, you're not physically getting into a car to go somewhere. So it's more of a challenge with your mindset. Now, I'm
Yes,
still
correct.
here. I'm still here, right? But
So
now
true.
I have to do this. So
Mhm.
again, thank you for being honest because I'm sure a lot of parents, everyone can relate that we really still are trying to figure it all out, even if it's already months since lockdown
Exactly.
started, right?
Yes, correct. So after finding her groove, here at home, like what Issa said, that this whole distance learning is about to start. So it's another adjustment for me and my eldest son. So it's really this journey where you just have to be really kind to yourself, patient to your children, and patient with your husband.
Yeah.
Yun eh. Patient with your husband. Doon medyo
Diba?
naubos yung patience ko. Ay! So, Jerica, what are your go-to activities? Because I know you have little kids and they're, although they're easier to please, pero, their attention span is so small.
Yeah.
Short, what are your go-to activities?
Besides
Art.
the Lego, besides the Lego,
Yeah.
the puppets.
Yeah. Well, it's on rotation. I mean, once they're tired with drawing on the floor, throwing paint all over the house, Lego is prepared, so it's just a rotation. Like you said, they're easy to please. It's just that you need to have a lot of things lined up for them to do. So I just rotate with Legos, art, and puppet shows and all those things.
How about just free play? Like give him an hour and it's like, oh, do what you want. Mommy's just gonna be here
Exactly.
watching you.
The best part about my kids is that I have twins, so they just do whatever they want sometimes, and then the eldest will come join once in a while. So they do have some time where they just do whatever they want in the playroom.
So, what do you say if then your kids say, "Mom, I'm bored"? What will you do? What
Get
is
that
your
a lot.
answer
Get
to
that
that?
a lot. In the beginning, I was like, go figure out what you need to do.
I
You
agree.
have to
I
figure it
am
out.
that kind of mom too. Like if you're
You
bored,
have
that's
to
not my problem.
exactly, because I cannot always tell you what you need to do. You have to figure it out. And I know that, that's when the imagination starts playing,
Yep.
so I encourage that. But it's actually my eldest that asks me pretty much every 30 minutes, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And I feel bad, but I encourage him to figure it out. And sometimes I sit with him and I think with him, okay, Isaiah, what do you really want to do? Okay, let's figure it out. Do you want to draw? Do you want to paint? Do you want to write? Do you want to read? So I give him a list of things that he can do, and he's gonna choose from that list.
On our side kasi, we call that being bored time is the time that you're right about the imagination, but it's also important to give this time to your kids kasi it's a struggle for moms that have been always like those tiger moms na they have activities for their kids every hour. Sometimes we forget that being a kid is not doing anything, right?
Right. That's true. I encourage him, Isaiah, you can sit with your thoughts. I don't want to sit with my thoughts. Sit down with your thoughts.
Ang deep naman kasi ng sagot mo. How old is Isaiah again? 6 years old?
6 years
sit
old.
with your thoughts.
Maybe you can say, why don't you talk to yourself, diba? Diba? Pwede ba yan at that age, diba? You can have a conversation with yourself, with your imaginary friend or imaginary self.
I'm going to do that.
Or like,
do that.
For me, it's really that, I don't know, figure it out. And then in an hour, why don't you get back to me and let me know what you've been up to?
That's great. Yeah.
For me, my kids, the best thing that they enjoy during quarantine is, just bond paper. So what I'll do is I ration it. I'll give them 1 or 2 pages at a time so that when they're finished, okay, mom, can I have something? Well, you kind of have to wait a little bit more before I give you more paper. So,
that's true, Jeanette. Ubos ang bond paper sa bahay ko rin. Between ages 1 to 5, it's ubos.
And then, Manila paper na ako ngayon.
Manila paper na. One of the things that we also did was, syempre, everybody knows, someone who's been following the Chic Chats, is that my go-to thing is wine, diba? So all the wine bottles that I've collected, I asked my kids to decorate it, diba? Things like that.
Nice.
So collected it. I gave them some the sequence, the gems and something, and they put it with glue or double-sided tape. That's it. Sometimes the box there. So the boxes that comes, because some people send you stuff, right? So the boxes become their stuff.
Castle, their fort.
Castle, correct.
Fort, yeah. My kids just like building forts when they're bored. And syempre pag uwi ko, ayan na yung blanket, ayan na yung mga pillow.
Correct.
Yeah. And it's okay. A mess just means they're having fun. They were actually productive and busy. Diba?
Correct. I have let go of my control over homemaking at the moment. This house is my children's home. This is their playground. This is, it's just a phase. And I think that's another thing that I had to really swallow and accept, because I'm a neat freak. I want everything in its proper place. But having boys that are under 3 and a 6-year-old is just impossible. I have Legos all over the floor. Yeah.
And in due time, you know what? You're right. Again, a little reminder. I know it seems like it's still far, far away, but it is a phase. Because next thing you know, they're 10 or they're 11, 12, and they have friends. And next thing you know, you're not their world. It's really something for parents to have to deal with. You're like, you used to ask me what to do. What do I do now? What do I do now? And now, wala na. You don't even ask me for anything. So enjoy it. It's fleeting. It really is.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
So, Jerika, what are your key learnings naman during quarantine?
Well, like I mentioned, I think it's more of taking things in stride, taking it one day at a time, and not really pressuring myself, because once I start pressuring myself, it translates to my children.
Stress.
So I need to. Yeah, stress. So, I scream more, I'm impatient, so I think it's more of taking it one day at a time, accepting the situation, and one day at a time, taking things by stride.
Ask for help. Yeah. How about help? Like you talking about your husbands, Jeanette and you. I know sometimes we run out of patience with them, pero they are also your partners after all.
That's true. My husband and I would also talk about, if you really need a break one day, I will really take over the house, food, and the kids for a day. Just, stay in the room, stay in bed. So, we do have that once in a while,
Good.
but not all the
That's your
time,
me
but once in
time.
a while. Yeah, we let each other, have a breather, watch what you want. You want to binge, you read, whatever. So the day is yours. Yeah.
Also,
We
let's
do
not
have.
forget, that's why we have help like yayas or your parents, like, diba? If you have siblings, if you have that's a great way to extend. Like, I know Jeanette's husband is close to his brother, and Jeanette's actually
Yes.
very, very close to her sister-in-law. So, plus your
Yes.
parents also, diba? So,
Yeah.
extended family is definitely
And yun,
a
it's
great.
called it's called maximizing your workforce. Ah!
Correct. Correct.
And
And that's why
you
I live
delegate.
next to my mom.
So, at the end of the day, it's all about delegation, maximizing your workforce, no? So,
True.
so you mentioned about having your own time and asking cooperation from everybody in your house so that you are allowed to do that. Besides, besides just, staying at home, and what are the activities that keep you sane naman?
I
Having your alone
agree.
time is
Yes.
one. What are the other activities that keep you sane?
Well, I have my business. I think that's one of the outlets that I have. At least I have something that, apart from my children, I have something else to think about, and I can channel some of my creativity there. That it's still me, that comes from me. So when I'm not thinking about my kids, I'm thinking about my business and just me time, self care, reading. Very
And your
simple.
business is actually your me time as well, since you're into beauty products, diba? So I think
Yes,
Yeah.
a little
exactly.
indulging in your own products is something already great. Na parang, I
Yes,
love what I'm doing.
So while
exactly,
you're
diba?
So while you're here, Naren, why don't you share with us some skincare tips, diba? While during quarantine, diba? Especially if
Well,
that's your business.
I love the fact that we are in quarantine. I feel like it's such a great time to really focus on self-care. Diba? So having a good skincare routine at night and in the morning, you can do it now because you don't really need to leave the house, diba? Unless you have Zoom meetings like this, and you can put makeup. But other than that, you don't really need the makeup. So your skin can actually rest and breathe this time of quarantine, diba? So I think just having the natural, organic skincare products is always the best, of course.
So tell us
Yeah.
more about your products. What is its
Uh,
claim to fame?
it's wala pa namang claim to fame, but it's locally made. It's locally
Okay.
formulated. Some of our ingredients are from Australia, but all formulated here, all manufactured here in the Philippines. So I'm really, really proud that it's a local product, Filipino product, and it was inspired by my younger years in the UK, where I discovered apothecaries. I discovered Neil's Yard. It was really my sanctuary in my early 20s and early to late 20s when I was studying there. So it's kind of like an homage to my past life. So yeah,
Preserving the fountain of youth.
yeah,
Kumbaga.
something like that. So
Yeah.
it's like an homage, a nod to my past life that translated into organic, natural skincare with obviously the environment in mind. All our packages are recyclable. They come in bottles. We try not to use plastic as much, and all our bottles are clear, so you can really see what's inside. We use
Mhm.
really natural ingredients and vegan ingredients. Yeah.
Where do we get your products?
Yeah.
We have a website, bloomandtopiary.com. Of course, we've had to reevaluate a lot of things. Syempre, when beginning of 2020, our long-term goal and short-term goal were, on fire. Like, we were so focused, and then this thing happened. So we really had to reevaluate our business strategy. Thankfully, even before the pandemic started, we have already started selling online.
Mm-mm.
So our website has been there since late last year. So blueandtopiary.com, that's where you can get all of our products.
E-commerce
And
is the way to go.
everybody that's watching now, you're lucky because Jerika is giving away a gift pack from Bloom and Topiary. All you have to
Woohoo!
do is put one of the learnings that we will be announcing later on the comments below. She will be sending you a gift back. So once again, Jerika,
That's
thank
right.
you so much. We've learned so
Thank
many things
you.
about
Good luck
you.
with your boys and be safe.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
joining us.
Thank you. You guys too.
Thank you.
Bye, Jerika. Wow,
So
very fun. And I love that when she's saying she's so tired, she's still bursting with energy.
yeah, super. So once again, let me recap the learnings today for your best life in bullet points. Don't forget to let go. It's okay. Find your groove. We don't know what's happening. It's better that you keep it fun. Again, your kids is okay to be bored. It's fine. That's the time that they will find inspiration and let their imagination go wild. Fun time is more important than anything. And then, of course, be kind to yourself. So,
Yes, me
Isa,
time is important. Definitely, I
anything you
agree with
want
the
to
three.
add?
I agree.
Anything
I
you want to
agree
add?
with the third. And really, you don't have to be well of information for your kids. It's okay if you don't provide options and solutions for them. Let them figure it out. So I love that Jericho is saying, "I'm going to try what you did." It's you. You're not supposed to supply all the answers. Let your
That's
kids
right.
surprise themselves at what they can come up with. Sure, of course, bantayan
Wow.
nyo. I'm
Of
not
course,
saying
oo
leave
nga
them
naman.
alone. Everyone,
Makakasabugin ng
especially in
bahay.
that age,
Ay!
wag, diba? Bantayan naman, but you don't have to provide answers, for sure.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining this episode of Chic Chats. I hope you learned something good. Once again, this is Jeanette Ipapo-Tuason, and I'm with...
Issa, Litton, thank you for joining us. This has been Chic Chats, where we gave you hashtag your best life in bullet points.